We're back at it on a beautiful Sunday. Here we go. And my hair looks crazy. It's looking like a mess. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, you guys? Carlos, Cipriano, Car Barberia. Yo, what's up? FY Sleo. What's going on? How we all doing? What's up, C? What's up, C-Cha? Carlos. What's up, dude? Hamid. Mubin. Chris, what's going on? How we all doing? So actually today, while I wait for the viewership, I guess, to pick up because we just started, today I'm going to be jumping on and styling my hair again using organic clay. This is my brand new product that I literally launched. What's today's date? Today is September 14th. So about 2.5 weeks ago, I launched my very first hairstyling product. And this is what it looks like, so you guys can get a look. It says Kouras is the name of the actual brand. The product itself is called Organic Clay, and on the top it says High Hold Matte Finish. So Kouras is the name of the brand, Organic Clay is the name of the product, and High Hold Matte Finish is what the product actually offers as a styling product. So what I'm going to be doing now is, well, first I'm just going to slowly get into it, but I'm actually going to be styling my hair live right now on camera so you guys can kind of see how the product actually works when I actually use it. So this product it's amazing for both men and women. So men and women, we don't discriminate here, right? Products are for everybody. So if you're a man who wants a high hold matte finish, this product's great. If you're a woman who wants a high hold matte finish, this product is also great. So, what's up, Silent? What's up, Frank? Lou? Was that Lou? Simplicity? Carlos? Hassan? Michael? We got Kretzel from Ukraine. What's going on all the way in Ukraine? Nice, man. Congrats. The longer hair continues to look great. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's about to look even greater the second I apply the product. So I'm looking forward to this. So you guys can actually get to see how the product works. And then I'll go into, the actual beneficial ingredients that are inside the product. Because of course, I didn't just create another just random hairstyling product that you guys could find in stores. I created something better. So this product is actually a very hair healthy product. It does so many amazing things that are really good for your hair and for your scalp. And so if you want, you can go over to my website real quick as I'm about to style my hair. You can actually go over to my website. So the website is literally KOVRAS.com, Kouras.com. And this is the homepage. And if you want, you can actually scroll down to this section here, and you can read all 6 ingredients. There's only 6 ingredients that I have inside my new hair clay. And my low hold and medium hold, which I have the samples for right here, the low and medium hold, are the same exact thing, same exact ingredients, just with a different formula so that it fits a low hold matte finish and a medium hold matte finish. So the same exact ingredients with different formula. And if you guys want to learn why and how beneficial the ingredients are for your hair that's inside my hairstyling product, you guys can check that out directly on my website. Okay, and underneath, I also want to add, underneath each of these 6 ingredients, I also put the research articles that are directly from PubMed. So the research articles that I used when I was trying to research and figure out what ingredients I should use for the product, I listed each research article right here underneath each product, underneath each ingredient, so you can see and learn more of exactly why it's beneficial for your hair. So I'll go into this a little bit more later after I actually style my hair. But I wanted to let you guys know and show you guys that beforehand, before we get actually started. So let me see real quick. Yeah, I'll get to all the questions toward the end, but right now I just want to get into the actual style so you can see how it looks. And yeah, so this is my current hair, right? This is what I'm working with right now. In terms of length, we are probably just around the eyebrow. So if I just relax my face, it's just above the eyebrow right here. So probably, what would we say that is? If I were to take a guesstimate, we're looking at like 2 inches, 2.5 inches maybe, 2 to 2.5 inches in length. And then the sides are obviously faded. I have a burst fade so that the back of the head is a little bit longer. And I actually just cut my hair earlier this week, so you guys will get a little sneak peek now of a future self-haircut video that's coming out. So this is my current hair, all right? I've got obviously pretty dark hair, like a dark brown, dirty blondish hair. And then it's very thick hair, and it's also very coarse. And when it gets really long, it becomes kind of wavy. So this is my current hair. And just so you can kind of see how the product actually works with my hair, let's go ahead and get to styling. And again, I'll make sure I answer any of the questions as soon as I finish. So let's go ahead. This is the jar. If you guys can hear that real close, I'll put it up to my mic for YouTube to hear it because you guys have the mic. That is a glass jar, right? We're not cheapskate around here using plastic jars like most people, like most companies out here using plastic jars. We're using glass because we have real ingredients, real high quality ingredients inside this jar, so we have to use the best only for the best. All right, and then we also have a black aluminum lid. So we have a jar that is amber glass, and the lid is black aluminum, right? It's an aluminum lid with an amber glass jar, okay? Premium as premium can get, okay? This isn't plastic. We're not like these other brands out here. We're using cheap packaging. So with that being said, let's put the lid down. And this is the actual product, okay? What's cool about the product, and I'll get into the aroma in just a second, but I actually did something really nice, which was the actual color of the product. I made the label to be the exact same color as the product. So something that I wanted to be cool and stand out and just, have that extra little like cool factor to the product is I made the label the exact same color as the product, which I think is really cool, right? So when you get it, it's like, oh wow, like they both kind of match. And then the aroma, of course, comes from the rosemary essential oil that I use. And there's a million amazing benefits to your hair from the rosemary essential oil alone, such as promoting hair growth, slowing down hair loss, slowing down hair graying, and so many other things, boosting circulation, increasing fullness and volume of your hair. There's so many amazing things and then the aroma as well, which is aromatherapy. So it smells amazing. So it's like super, super good stuff, right? Just the rosemary alone. Now, let's start with the actual hairstyle, right? I know you guys have been waiting for it. And I'm slowly but surely getting there. I'm building it up. So what I like to do, and I've got a video coming out next weekend of this exact same process, all right? So it's like a 3-minute video that I've got coming out next weekend showing you the same exact process, all right? What I like to do is I grab my jar, open it, take the lid off, and I go in and I grab, let me see, make sure all three cameras get it. And I grab about a pea-sized amount. This is a little bit more than a pea-sized amount, but what I do is I grab about a pea-sized amount, something similar to this. If I were to form it into a ball, it would be a pea-sized amount. All right, there we go. That makes it look a little bit better. Okay. Then what I do, set down my jar, and I'll go in. Let me just get out the way here. I'll put all of it right there. And then I'll go in with just my index finger and I'll make one big streak, just like this. I'll just make a bunch of streaks on my palm using just my index finger. Then I'll go in, continue the same thing, and start mixing it around. And notice how literally not even 2 seconds in, we're already at a creamy texture, right? So it's nice and creamy, all natural, super high quality ingredients. I got it stuck right there. And then boom, just like that, we're ready to go, okay? Super simple, nice and creamy, just get straight to the point, okay? And then once you have that, you got to take a nice whiff because it smells amazing. And because it's aromatherapeutic, it calms down your nervous system as well. So if you're like really stressed out and you need something to calm you down, you can literally just go in and grab the jar and take some nice whiffs because it's aromatherapy, right? It's rosemary oil. It smells fantastic and it just calms down your nervous system. So we go in, emulsified it. Now it's nice and creamy. Put it into both of our hands. Ready? It should turn to nothing, right? You see, it looks like there's absolutely nothing on my hands. It should be invisible, just like that, right? But again, it's there. Then we go in, take our hair that's looking all rough and mangled, and we mess it up even further, all right? Front to back, back to front, side to side, right? Make sure you get all the hairs. You make sure you dig your fingers to the roots of your hair. Don't just layer the top. Make sure you get deep into the hair, right? Down all the way down to the shaft, to the follicle. Get as deep as you possibly can, all right? Get the back of your head as well. Get the sides, right? You got to make sure you get your whole head with this first step, all right? It's a 3-step process. So here we go, here we go. Now that should be good, all right? Now, let me fix my shirt. Now, that was step 1 out of 3. Now I go back in for a second round, another pea-sized amount. And what I'll do is this. I'll go ahead and grab from the same spot. Okay, another pea-sized amount, just like that. There we go. And so we can go ahead and do the same thing. Put it right there at the top of my palm. And then I go in with just my index finger. I'll go in and I'll create a bunch of little streaks, just dragging it straight down. And then you can see that it's normally got this grainy texture to it, right? And so what we have to do is emulsify that. And so I just take my index finger, I spin it around, whirl it around a couple times, and then there you go. You're at a nice creamy texture. Okay, nice and easy. Believe me, I'm telling you, the formula that I created is phenomenal. And it works exceptionally well. So now I can go ahead, put it in both of my hands. Same thing, we're good to go here. Got a little bit there. Good, good. There we go. Nice and clear. No clumps. And now what I like to do, and this is a great tip for a lot of you guys that struggle with flat hair. If you've got flat hair, it's dull, it just sags down, it doesn't really have any life, there's no volume. This is going to be the step that you don't want to miss. So normally, most people would go ahead and see this and say, all right, it's time to style it, but you're skipping a really vital step. What you have to do is actually do like a little pre-style in the opposite direction to really help get the mold that you need to get the volume. So what I'm going to do now is grab my hair and push it in the opposite direction that I normally will style it in, all right? So I'll grab my hair, push it in the opposite direction. And just like that, even if you wanted to keep this style, you could. But just look at the crazy amount of volume that I have right now, right? If you want to, you can keep that. But that's not what I'm going for today. So this is what I like to do. Push it in the opposite direction. Make sure I get the sides as well. Get the sides. Good to go here. Now, what I just did was I layered product on, let's say, the left side of my hair. Right? The left side, all of this is coated with product, a little bit more than the rest. So what I did was I coated it to add a little bit more strength. And what I'm going to do now is grab another pea-sized amount and then flip it back over, and you guys will see just how much volume my hair actually has. So again, if you struggle with flat hair, this is a great way to go about making your hair have some volume and have some life to it, some fullness. And not only that, but the product actually does help with making your hair thicker and more full too, because of the ingredients and so forth. So I've already got naturally thick hair, but it makes it even more thick. So let's go ahead, let's grab another pea-sized amount. You don't need, I guess, as much, but let's see how much my finger over here grabs. Let's clean off the lid of the jar here a little bit. Let's clean that. All right, so a little bit less than what I wanted. Let's do that, that's fine. Okay, so now we have a little bit less than what I have been taking. Right, a little bit less than what I've been taking. So this is step 3 out of 3. I'll go in, same thing, put it right there on my palm, streak it down. All right, mix it around with just my index finger, just like so. Make sure we get rid of those clumps. Get that out of there. All right, and then we're left with a nice creamy looking texture. I'll go ahead, put it in both my hands. Now, my hair is styled in the opposite direction that I normally style it. So what I'm gonna do is grab it and flip it back over, and you'll instantly see just how much volume that I have now, all right? So we're good, emulsified completely into both hands. Let's see what we got here. We got super wavy hair. And we've got the massive volume right away. Look how wild my hair is. That's what happens when you've got super coarse hair. Just crazy. But we're not done yet, so it's all good. Look at that. Ready? Just a few more swipes and it's already looking incredible. Let's do a few more. Let's get the sides back here. Let's get the front a little bit more. Let's do that. Push this down a little bit. Push that down a little bit. Now look at the volume. Look at the, you guys see all the different like flows and angles that the hair is pointing in? That's what you want. That's what you want out of a hairstyling product, especially one that only has 6 ingredients and it just creates the flow that you're looking for. Let me fix that a little bit. Let's go like this, a little bit like that, a little bit like this. Oh, this hair is falling down. And here we go. All right. Oh, we got a few small hairs here. Come on. There we go. All right, we're good to go here. Let's fix that. Let's fix this. On the back, let's fix the side. Usually I'd have another mirror right here so I can like check to make sure if the back's good. But this should be fine for now. So yeah, there it is. We've got the official style ready to go. I'll actually put all the leftover. So there's still a little bit of product on my hands right now. What I'll do is usually put the leftover on the sides and of course the back of my head. And not only does this help create a finish or a sheen that's the same all throughout your head, but it also gets rid of that excess product out of your hands, which makes it easier, of course, to wash with soap and water. So that's what I like to do as well. Let me go ahead and get the back right in here. Let's go ahead and throw that back over. And then we're good to go. just like so. We're good to go, just like so. Okay, boom. And there it is, you guys. Beautiful, high hold, matte finish style using a 100% all natural hairstyling product with some of the best hair beneficial products or ingredients you can literally get for your hair. Right? Super simple, super easy. Let's try and do something unique here. Let's throw some of those little curves back in here. Yeah, let's do something like that. Haha, there we go. A couple of little more curves. Give it like a unique little texture. There it is. Cool. Let's fix this little slice right there. Okay, good to go. Right, or no? Alright, that's fine. We're good to go. So that's it. That's pretty much exactly how I style my hair. Now obviously it's a little, I need to like trim it because the ends are a little bit wonky. And you guys saw at the beginning of when I first started the live, just before I started styling, just how coarse, just how wavy, just how like, you know, my hair would go all in different directions. And now it's nice and controlled. It's got the nice style. Again, when you style it in the opposite direction, it creates that mold, which now my hair has a lot more lift than it did when I originally styled it to that direction, okay? So a lot of these tips are very, very helpful when you're styling your hair, and I highly recommend you guys try them out, especially if you have hair similar in length to mine right now. So I guess now I can go ahead and start answering some of your questions. But first, before I do that, when you're finished, always make sure you put the lid back on before you wash your hands. All right? So make sure you put the lid back on before you wash your hands with soap and water. So now, go ahead and grab my soap. All right, I use a little bar soap here that I folded. Let's go ahead and wash my hands. Put that down. Nice and nice. Make sure you get every single crevice. Make sure you get your thumbs too, because a lot of times we forget our thumbs. And then in between the fingers like this. And again, because I ran my hands through the sides and through the back, that's also going to help make it a lot easier to wash my hands as well. Because again, this product has shea butter, it's got beeswax. Those are hydrophobic ingredients. So they make it not as easy to clean out, but when you do that and run the excess product through the sides, it makes it nice and easy to clean. And that's it. Grab a little hand towel, just like this, and you're good to go. You got the fresh style with the incredible ingredients. Let me just wipe off the top of the lid here. Wipe off the outside of the jar. And voila, good to go. Nice and beautiful style. Let's put this back. All right. So let me go ahead and run through some of these questions. Let's put this little flyweight down a little bit. There we go. I'll start with the top questions here. So yeah, feel free to throw any questions that you have for me as well about the product. Again, we are in stock. If you guys want to grab yourself a jar, you can just go to my website, KOVRAS.com, KOVRAS.com, to grab yourself a jar. Also, if you're on TikTok watching live, you can get yourself a jar directly through the live stream. You can just click on the link that you're seeing on screen to get yourself a jar. Shipping is usually what, two to 5 business days in the US. And then I actually just had somebody from Canada buy earlier this week, and he got the jar in 2 days. It's literally international shipping. He got it within 2 days. So if you're in Canada, guess what? You can get the jar in literally 2 days. So that's really good to know as well. All right, let's see. Silence is where you from? I live here in Florida. Ellie says, what's your skincare routine? I don't have a skincare routine necessarily. I mean, sometimes I'll use some of this salicylic acid, which is great because I have, well, sometimes, you know, my seborrheic dermatitis starts to come out and it creates dry skin. So I usually get it around my eyebrows, which you can even see there's a little bit of a red spot here. That's because I was scratching off a little dry spot. But otherwise, that's really the only thing that I put on whenever I see like excess dryness on my face. I don't put anything on. No beef tallow creams. No, I don't have any weird concoctions that I use to put on my face. I literally just make sure that I eat the best food and I take care of my gut health, right? I eat a lot of kefir, a lot of Greek yogurt, a lot of probiotics. I don't eat any yeast. I don't eat any foods with processed sugars. So all I do for my skincare is just focus on my gut health. If my gut is healthy, then that means my skin is also going to be healthy as well. So that's why I don't have any pimples. That's why my skin looks pretty solid. It's not obviously the best or the nicest, but you know, it's good. So that's my skincare routine. Is I don't really have one. I just eat the right foods. Yoel says, for what? So my hairstyling product, obviously I just showed you guys. That's what we were doing. DNA says, my son has been looking how to do his hair with products, so thanks for this. Absolutely, yeah. And definitely if you want to see like a more, I guess, professional type of hairstyling tutorial, I've got my new one coming out on Saturday. So it's only like a 3-minute video that I made. Same exact product, but again, this was like right after I cut my hair earlier this week. So it'll be a lot, I guess, more fitting. So hopefully this helped too, the live stream. Oliver Remo says, are you a doctor? I am not a doctor. My girlfriend is, actually, but I am not. But I do have my degree in science. So, you know, for someone that I graduated college with a science degree, you know, I love learning about health. I love learning about fitness. I love learning about what I put in and on my body. So I'm very big on the science of things. And that's why, of course, when you go to my website, I'm like the only brand that actually puts all the ingredients, because guess what? Most brands have like 20, 30, 40 different ingredients inside their hair products. And so I'm the only one that will actually show you on my website every single ingredient, because I only use 6. All of the hair benefits, because every ingredient is healthy for your hair. And of course, the research article underneath all 6 ingredients. So you won't get the level of transparency that I give from most brands. Most brands will not do it because why? They know better. If they tell you just how toxic, just how garbage the ingredients they use and you put inside your hair, guess what? You wouldn't continue buying their product. It's as simple as that, right? You would not buy their product if you knew how terrible the ingredients are for your hair. So that's why I'm one-upping everybody by putting them directly on the homepage of my website. So if you literally just go to KOVRAS.com, KOVRAS.com, this is the homepage. If you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see all 6 ingredients. The only ingredients that I use for my hair product. Every single hair benefit that comes with it, and the research articles underneath that I used when I was studying to figure out which ingredients I should put for the hair product. Again, you won't see that level of transparency with anybody else. You just won't, because everyone knows better. Every big company, big hair knows better to not reveal and what's the right word? Big hair knows better to not expose themselves. It's simple, right? It's simple. Alan says it really did transform. Yeah, it does. And again, you guys see just how crazy looking my hair looked prior to this, right? My hair was all coarse, all regular schmegular. It was all over the, like, forming in different directions and everything. And now it looks really, really nice, right? So that's the style. It just works. The product works, you guys. It works. And it's not only that, but it's nourishing my hair every second that it's in my hair, right? So if you put the product in, early in the morning, let's say, and then you take it out late at night when you shower, guess what? Your hair has literally been nourished for 12 plus hours. And it's like, it just makes your hair, as soon as you wash it, feel so healthy. It makes your hair feel so nice and like strong, right? Your hair just has that nice, like, natural strength to it. And it just feels really, really nice. Again, it's all in the ingredients, right? If you want to make a healthy pizza, if you want to make an amazing pizza, the best pizzas in the world are made with the best ingredients, right? You can't have a Papa John's or a Domino's pizza or a Little Caesars and then go to Sarah's or what are these others in like New York and Boston that are like super popular, like Crispy Pizza or something, and like compare Little Caesars to Crispy or Little Caesars to Sarah's. Like, it's the ingredients, it's the love, it's the care behind the ingredients, the product, the packaging, the actual process of formulating it, making it yourself. Like, there's so much science and like super small critique things that you just don't see that really make the product like super amazing. So it's like you can't compare Little Caesars to these like pizzerias that are charging $50 for a pie. And same thing with hair products. You just can't. Like Old Spice versus Kouras, you just can't compare. There's no comparison. Like the hair benefits inside this product and the fact that it styles, you just can't beat it. Let's see this one. Oliver says, you're lucky with your hair. I could never do that to my white skin Viking hair. You absolutely could. If you've got hair on your head, man, you can style it. Doesn't matter. You can style your hair as long as you got it. Do you have any product for patchy hair? Yeah, so one thing that I actually want to mention, aside from my product Organic Clay, which is a high hold matte finish, I also have here, so I ran a poll on Instagram and on YouTube, and I asked you guys basically, hey, what do you guys think? Should I create a medium hold version or a low hold version of Organic Clay using the same exact ingredients because of like the rosemary oil, the shea butter, beeswax, kaolin clay, arrowroot powder, vitamin E oil. All the ingredients are phenomenal for your hair's health. And it does also help with patchy hair because it helps promote hair growth because it increases the circulation in your scalp. So when you have increased circulation, you've got increased blood flow to your scalp. When you have increased blood flow, things start to activate and come to life. And that's when you get, of course, your hair starts to grow back. Same thing with your beard. Same thing with, if people have alopecia. I have it here. Let me just check my website real quick so I don't make any mistakes with what I'm saying. But if, where was it? Beeswax linked to supporting hair growth and scalp health, particularly in conditions like alopecia. So beeswax is phenomenal as well, which is also the wax that I use for my product here. Now, I've got the low and medium hold samples here. I made them earlier this week. They are literally the same exact color as Organic Clay with the same exact ingredients. It's just a completely different formula that is meant to be for a product that is a low hold and a medium hold. So I had to rearrange and readjust the entire formula so that I could fit to get these. Now, obviously each product has different preferred hair types. Now you asked about patchy hair, and I want to get to that because for somebody with patchy hair, I assume you might not necessarily want to have a whole lot of hold. You would want to put as much product as you can on your hair. Now a high hold like organic clay could work, but I think a low hold version, which would allow you to have a little bit more product on the actual targeted areas without giving you the hold that maybe you do or do not want, right? So I created the low hold, which would be amazing for people with buzz cuts, the low hold for buzz cuts, and people with hair that's probably like 6 inches or longer. So if you've got a buzz cut an inch or shorter and you've got hair 6 inches or longer, I think a low hold would be great. But again, it really depends on what you're trying to do. If you just want something to tame some flyaways, the low hold's fine as well, right? Medium hold is a perfect median between organic clay, the high hold, and the low hold. So if you want something that's more of a medium hold, not as strong, this is definitely a great thing as well, great option as well. And again, same exact ingredients, slightly different formula, but again, all of the hair health benefits are all inside there as well. Okay, I see a question here on Instagram too. And what I'm trying to do is get the low hold and the medium hold ready to, I guess, be live on my website by sometime in the middle to end of October. So ideally, I would need about a month, give or take, to try and get all this situated and then create, of course, the first batches. So these are the samples. I think the samples, based on the formula that I created, should be good. But of course, I have to test these out in a couple of days and then kind of figure it out from there. But my goal, of course, is to have both of those products ready sometime toward the end of October. And, we'll see what happens with the time length. Hopefully, the samples turn out to be exactly like I think they should be, which is, low hold, medium hold, perfect, the way that I want it. So that's what I'm hoping for. And so for those of you guys, because I think, what was it? On Instagram, it was like 70 or 60% prefer the low hold versus the medium. But then on YouTube, it was like 60% voted for the medium instead of the low hold. So I was like, you know what? I guess I have to make both because everybody seems to want, options. They want different options. And then another thing that I want to do as well is I can make a bundle. So I can do literally a bundle of 3. So I could do a bundle of the high hold, medium hold, and low hold. Obviously, of course, they'll all be in 2.1 ounce, 2 ounce jars, 60 grams of product. Same exact, amber glass, aluminum lid, just a different label so you can tell which one is which. And I can make a bundle of the 3. So this way you can literally get the low, medium, and high hold all in one package, and I'll actually make it a little bit cheaper because it'll be a bundle deal. So that's something that I actually want to do as well. So hopefully, I can get all this done relatively quick, but I have to be patient because these take, a handful of days to cure before I can actually try them out. So just something to keep in mind. Just me like informing you guys so that you know what's going on. Yes, let's see. Looks great for real, nice stuff. Thanks, Deanna, I appreciate that. Hassan says, seborrheic dermatitis, oily dandruff, which product? Yeah, I mean, dude, seborrheic dermatitis is one of those things where it's really just, to me, my belief, because I've been trying to get rid of it for my entire life, and I've actually done a phenomenal job of getting rid of like 80-90% of my seborrheic dermatitis. Right? If you go to my earlier YouTube videos, you can literally see the immense amount of red scales all throughout my head that you just don't really see as much anymore, right? Yeah, you'll see like some redness toward the back of my head whenever I give myself fades, but that's just because I've got like sensitive skin and it's just there, right? But it's not itchy, it's not irritating, it doesn't bother me. right? It's just, it is what it is. It's just like a color, right? Just like I have a birthmark right on my forehead. It's just a color. But yeah, my seborrheic dermatitis is like completely revolutionized and just is so much better now than what it used to be. And again, I attribute that to the food that I eat, because the food that I eat heals my gut health, right? I completely stay away from yeast, and I completely stay away from processed sugars, completely stay away from seed oils. So vegetable oils, like peanut oil, soybean oil, all those garbage, canola oil, everything that's made in a lab with not even real oils, that was literally used as engine lube, you know, you don't want that stuff inside your body. You don't want yeast in your body, because the yeast is what eats all the sugar on your scalp. So when you have all that, it creates dandruff, creates irritation, creates itchiness, and it's a whole mess. So no yeast, no processed sugars, and please, for the love of God, don't eat seed oils either. It's not real. That's not a real food. I don't care if the American Heart Association says otherwise. It's not real. Please believe me. Just have some freaking grass-fed butter. You'll be perfectly fine. All right? Believe me, butter is healthy. It's in the Bible. Same thing with steak. Same thing with milk. Same thing with any other dairy product. It's all healthy for you as long as you get the good quality version, right? I could say the same thing. Hairstyling products are healthy for you, but if you get Old Spice and you have, or like American Crew, and you've got dyes and petroleum and PEGs and gums and all types of alcohols, like those are not good for your hair. But if you get something that is good for your hair, it's like, oh no duh. It's like when you go to a restaurant, right? And you order a steak, but they cook the steak in seed oils. And then you eat the steak and you're like, oh, why do I feel so terrible? I feel bloated, I feel depressed, I feel sad all of a sudden. It must have been the steak. Wrong. It was the seed oils that they cooked the steak in, right? If they cooked the steak with just the fat on the steak or with butter, you'd feel super energized, right? So everything's like, they try to tweak and twist small things here and there, and it just brainwashes and confuses everybody. So that's what I gotta say, man. We live in a very corrupt world, and nobody's really looking out for our best interest. And that's one thing that I'm trying to do, is make people's hair healthy again by creating a product that has literally the healthiest ingredients that I can create with the least amount of ingredients, right? Everybody knows shea butter. Everybody knows arrowroot powder, right? It's a thickener that a lot of people use for like cooking things. And I use organic arrowroot powder. Beeswax. Everyone knows what beeswax is. Kaolin clay. You might not know what it is, but it's easy to figure out. It's literally just a mineral. It's a clay, right? It comes out of the earth. It's like a rock. But it's a really smooth textured rock, like mineral. It's a clay. Rosemary oil. Everyone knows what rosemary is, right? Okay, it's the oil from a rosemary. And then vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil comes from the wheat germ, right? Comes from a quality grain. Right? You compress it, you press it like olive oil, right? You press olives to get olive oil. Same thing with the wheat germ, you get vitamin E oil, right? Everyone knows what this stuff is. 6 ingredients, and we've got ourselves a beautiful hairstyle with a nourishing treatment that literally will last all day long. Right? There it is. There's nothing else to it. Nothing else to it. Again, I'm not out here competing with anybody because there is no competition. Dustin says, I started using a toner that had fermented yeast 2 months ago and wondered why my face looked horrible. Oh my goodness. Well, first off, where do you even buy fermented yeast in a toner? Toner that had fermented yeast. What even is that? Man, well, listen, I'm glad you're not using it anymore, brother. Please, yeast is terrible. Yeast is like the devil. Yeast and sugar, those two things are like the devil. Don't get yeast anywhere near sugar. Don't get sugar anywhere near yeast. You want those things the furthest away from your scalp, right? Don't eat any processed sugar or yeast, because your scalp will hate you, and your gut will also hate you. So please, 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 please. And I promise you, you will start to notice your hair will look better, your scalp will feel better. You'll be like little to no dandruff at all, and you won't be itchy. Your scalp just won't be itchy, right? It'll just feel normal. Dude, I'm telling you, we're being fed lies here with the food industry. Same thing with the pharma industry. Big hair, big food, big pharma. It's all just to, to lie to us so that we can keep living a delusional life. Anyways, Matthew says, how to flow texture for my hair. Yeah, my product is great for texture too, especially if you texturize it, like point cut your hair. I did a video on it recently. It's called Textured Crew Cut on YouTube. If you just type it in, Textured Crew Cut, I point cutted my hair like crazy. And then I styled it using organic clay, and it looked so texturized. It was the most textured hair I've ever done. It was wild. Yeah, but how to flow texture for my hair? Point cut, bro. Point cut your hair if you want to add a bunch of texture. Let's put that down a little bit. All right. Did I miss any other questions here? But yeah, listen, if you guys have any questions about my brand new brand, I literally just started on August 26th. A couple weeks ago, I just created it. The product is literally brand new. We're in stock if you want to grab yourself a jar. Again, the aroma is of rosemary essential oil, which is not only aromatherapeutic, but it's also fantastic and for promoting hair growth. Same thing with shea butter, beeswax. They're fantastic for promoting hair growth. It also helps slow down hair loss, and it slows down hair graying as well. So if you struggle with gray hairs, if you struggle with hair loss, the more you put on this product, it will help, promote the hair growth, right? That's also part of the reason, well, it's a big reason why I'm creating the low hold version and the medium hold version, so that you don't get as much of a hold, but you still can put on a little bit more product, right? For the hair benefits, right? For that hair health benefit, right? If you put on a low hold product versus a high hold product, you can put a little bit more of the low hold on to get those hair health benefits that maybe you wouldn't be able to get as much if you put on the high hold, for instance. Because you don't want to have a hold. You just want something that's light, right? Like a light control, but also want the benefits as well. So that's why I'm creating it. And a lot of you guys say that you want it, so it's good. It's nice to have 3 different options. Whatever hairstyle you're going for, it's nice to have options. But yeah, oh dude, we got 6,000 likes. Let's go. Yeah, cool. On TikTok, we got 6,000 likes. That's what's up. Oh, and you know what else? I think I might do like a little, not I guess giveaway, but like when I figure out the samples, when I figure out the formulas correctly, like whichever formulas I think will be the final formula for the low and medium, I'm gonna do a sample, like I guess giveaway, like a free sample with an order of organic clay. So if you guys, I'm just thinking about it, I'm working on it, right? If you buy an organic clay, live goal achieved, let's go! I don't know what that means, but let's go! Thanks, Dan, I appreciate the rose, man. Let's go. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So if you buy an organic clay, I will put in a sample, like a 1/2 ounce, like metal tin sample of the low and medium hold as well. So it'll just be like a cool little, I guess, promotion where you get a sample of the low and medium hold before they're even out, with your purchase of an organic clay. So I'm excited for that as well, as soon as I finish the actual formulation for the 2. So that's awesome. Bro, you have a barber cape. I do have a barber cape, but it's not like a branded one or anything. It's just like a random one I got off Amazon. But I only use barber capes whenever I cut other people's hair. So I don't use a cape when I cut my own hair. They're just a mess. right? You get super hot and you can't even maneuver your arms around enough. So it's just a mess. Yeah. Barber capes are only good for barbers, right? When you cut other people's hair, not your own. Self haircuts, you don't need a barber cape. But good question. Yeah, we got the we reached the goal. Let's go. Yeah. 5,000 likes. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Can we get to 10,000 now? Let's try and get to 10,000. Yassine, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I see you. I think you're from Turkey, right? Or no, Algeria? I forget which one. That's cool. Nice. 50% of the live goal is complete. Celebrate the moment. Oh, it was like telling me stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm getting used to all this TikTok stuff. Oh man. But yeah, you guys, so this is my hairstyle, all right? This is it. I just styled it live. You guys can see. If you just want to go back on the live, you can check it out. Yeah, just styled my hair using my brand new product. Now my hair is going to be nourished and treated like a spa day all day long now, right? For the rest of the day, my hair is going to be just held and hugged by the healthy ingredients inside my product. And not only that, but I'm also rocking a beautiful style as well for the rest of the day. So it's a 2-in-1, right? It's a hair healthy, nourishing treatment, like a spa day, like a nice massage, right? And a styler at the same time. Yeah, you're from Algeria, that's right. What's up, man? Appreciate you joining. Da da da. Vaishnav says, "Who are you?" Who are you? That's funny. Nah, man, you know who I am. You already know who it is. It's your man, Alex. The self-hair cutter. And we got Chris from Chile. My man from Chile. Hola, ¿cómo estás? All the way from the Chile. That's cool. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, I don't think I'm going to run through the ingredients today. I just wanted to jump on and show you guys a live demonstration of how the actual product works, how I style it, my 3-step styling process. And then, yeah, so I also have a styling video coming out on Saturday. So today's Sunday. On Saturday coming up, what day is that? So I can give you guys the exact date. This upcoming Saturday is the 20th. So Saturday the 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I have a hairstyling tutorial coming out, showcasing you guys how I style my hair using organic clay. But it was also right after I cut my hair, so my hair was nice and fresh. It looked really good, nice and clean, and you guys can just see how it works, right? And my process for styling my hair, which of course gives you the volume, gives you the texture, it gives you everything that you need to have beautiful, confident style and not have flat, boring hair, right? You guys saw how boring and flat and like all over the place my hair was at the beginning of the live stream. And so now it looks way more kept together, beautiful, voluminous, fuller, right? Stronger, and just healthier in general. Vaishna, Kouras means what? Yeah, so Kouras is actually the shortened version of my last name. So for the brand, I actually just put a V where the U is supposed to go. So normally it's Kouras, but I put the V because I thought it looked cooler. It was also a way to pay homage to Vulgari, which is the jewelry brand. You guys probably know it's like one of the biggest jewelry brands in the world. Vulgari, it was actually created over 100 years ago by a Greek man who eventually moved to Rome. So it was a Greek guy, I believe he was from the island of Kefalonia. His name was Sotirios Vulgaris, and he made his company Vulgari, and he put the V where the U was. And so this is a really cool way for me to kind of do something similar. obviously in hopes to have a super successful business just like he. And yeah, that's it. So I put the V where the U is supposed to be, and it's my last name the same way it's his last name, just rearranged and, changed up a little bit. Which country are you from? Yeah, so I'm half Greek and half Portuguese, but I live in the United States, in Florida. Franco says, hey, what's up, Franco? What's going on? You know what? This shirt I just got is brand new as well, and it kind of represents my entire brand as a whole. So Kouras, of course, is the name of the brand, and I got some loose hairs here. Kouras is the name of the brand, and the motto or the slogan of the company is your hair's new best friend. Obviously, what is that supposed to mean? Your hair's new best friend. Well, typically, most people, including myself, for the longest time, have been using very harmful, toxic, just bad ingredient hairstyling products. And so that was our friend in the moment, right? Even today, we still might have that friend that's toxic, that's just not good for us. So what Organic Clay is, what Kouras is, all the products that I create, we're creating products that will be your new best friend, and you're not going to go back to the old one, all right? So that's what it is. And I even got it here as well on the back of my shirt, super big, so nobody forgets when they see it. This is Kouras, your hair's new best friend, all right? And then we've got on the left sleeve, I actually have my little hashtag here, hashtag molded by God. And there's a few different meanings behind it, but I guess you could say the two in short to keep it simple. We are molded by God himself, literally out of the dust of the earth. And then we also, molded by God is our hair as well. So the product is literally of the dust of the earth. And we're molding it ourselves. So it's literally molded of God, molded by God. So it's really, really cool thing. It's we ourselves are molded by God, and then we mold our hair as well. So it's like a cool 2-in-1 type of thing. Why should I use this product? Does it prevent hair fall? Yes, so it's actually been linked, the ingredients that I use inside the product. Let me pull it up on my website so you can see. And if you want, you can go to my website right now and check it out yourself. Ready? All you have to do is just go to my website. Go to KOVRAS.com, KOVRAS.com. This is the home page. When you scroll down, you will see all 6 ingredients. All right, there's only 6 ingredients inside my product. All incredibly high quality, amazing for your hair. Now, you asked, does it prevent hair fall? So what a lot of the 4 out of the 6 ingredients, right, that's more than half of the ingredients, promote hair growth. Rosemary oil slows down hair loss. Ready? Let's make it nice and big. Rosemary oil is linked to slowing hair loss and slowing hair graying. And in a 2015 study, rosemary oil was showed to be as effective, which means equal effectiveness to minoxidil, right? Minoxidil is the thing that everyone's using nowadays to make their hair fuller and grow back. So rosemary oil does the same thing, clearly, because it's as effective and in promoting hair growth. So it's linked to slowing hair loss, it's linked to slowing hair graying, and it's also linked to promoting hair growth. Now, the 4 ingredients that are linked to promoting hair growth are rosemary oil, vitamin E oil, shea butter, and I believe it was beeswax, right? Which one was it? Which one promoting? Linked to supporting hair growth, yeah. So shea butter, beeswax, rosemary oil, and vitamin E oil, those 4 ingredients help promote hair growth. And then if it's promoting hair growth, it's doing the opposite, right, to hair loss, right? It's preventing hair loss, but also promoting hair growth. You can't have hair grow if it's losing right, at the same rate. So one has to be greater than the other. So it promotes hair growth, which means it slows down hair loss. Let's get that out of the way. Bro, I'm not gonna ask how much money do you earn every month. What kind of question is that? Get out of here with that. You're funny. You're a funny guy. Anyway, any other questions that you have for me? Men's, grooming, self haircuts, my brand new product, my brand new brand, whatever questions you guys have for me, feel free to throw them my way and I'll do my best to get to them. I'll probably be jumping off in the next 10 minutes or so. So whatever questions you guys have that are related to my channel, please. Vaishnav, how much money you earn? You better get out of here with that question. You better stop that. Any questions you guys have for me, feel free to throw them my way. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. Or I'll just sit here in silence. How about that? Ugh. Okay, I think we have a question here yeah, we got a question here. KP Anime Art says, yo, sir, I'm facing pimple problems. How can I get rid? I got oily face. How old are you? Because I suffered with pimples a lot when I was younger. Excuse me. How old are you? If you're young, then yeah, you're 18 years old, bro. That's just, you're going through the time where you're gonna get pimples because your hormones are just changing, right? There's not a whole lot you can do. Again, you can get rid of yeast, you can get rid of processed sugar, you can get rid of seed oils. That will help your gut health, which will help your skin. But you're still 18, so you're still going through hormonal changes because you're growing, right? You're still really young. So you have to remember that as well. So my thing for you is, one, I guess just be patient, but two, an active thing that you can do is work on your diet, right? Fix your gut health, right? Your gut health is really important, dude. More kefir, right? Get some grass-fed kefir if you can get some. Just kefir in general, plain kefir at that. That's something I keep forgetting to mention. Make sure it's plain kefir. Don't get kefir that has vanilla and raspberry flavor and blueberry flavored kefir. You're gonna ruin the concentration of the probiotics, all the bacteria that's added to the kefir and the Greek yogurt. You ruin all that when you add processed sugars into kefir. So please get plain kefir, plain Greek yogurt for all the probiotics. No processed sugar, no yeast, no seed oils, right? Fruit is fine if it's organic. Raw unfiltered honey is perfectly fine. Milk and dairy products are perfectly fine, right? You don't need to fear what God gave us, right? God didn't give us Sour Patch Kids and Doritos, right? God didn't give us iced teas and Red Bulls and Monster. Man created that, and that's why we have pimple problems, skin problems, dandruff problems, seborrheic dermatitis problems. That's why we've got issues, because we're being fed garbage. Oh yeah, good question. Tuned cars. I mean, it's a different question, but I guess I'll answer it real quick. And then we got a few over here as well that I want to get to. Is it worth to have a YouTube channel? Is it only for views or? I mean, dude, when I started my channel, I started it because I was creating haircut tutorials. And then it blew up because people liked them. And COVID came and everyone started to watch my videos, right? I didn't do it for the views. I did it to help the world, right? and then I get paid as a result of my efforts to help the world, right? If you have a passion, let's say it's cars, right? If you've got a passion for cars, then and you've got expertise and you know a thing and you want to share what you know and just, you know, put a camera to yourself and do what you were going to do anyway, right? Like, think about it like this. I was going to cut my hair regardless of showing you guys on the internet. I've been cutting my own hair since I was 13 years old. I started my YouTube channel 6 years ago, five or 6 years ago, right? I've been cutting my own hair for 10 years, 11 years, longer than I've been on YouTube. So I didn't need to post content, but what I wanted to do was share it. And yes, obviously I wanted to form a new source of income. That was part of it. But I also have been doing this consistently for the past 5+ years. If you don't love what you're doing and if you weren't going to do it anyway, why do it, right? So it's not about the views. It's not about the subscribers. It's about the impact. It's about the impact you're making on the world. My product here is about the impact, right? I'm creating this to benefit me, but you also benefit from it as well. And other people around the world also benefit from it. You know how many millions of people comment on my videos saying they love what I'm doing? They thank me so much. They give me donations because they love how I've been actually able to change, make a positive change in their life. That's what you're looking for. The money will just come regardless, right? It'll just come the more you give to people, right? Jesus didn't come here to make money off of people. Jesus came here to give the world. He came to give to the world, and that's what he did. And he never asked for anything in return. Right? And that's why on my right shoulder I've got the cross, and on my chest I've got my gold cross as well. Right? I bear my cross. Oh. All right, I think I had, what was that question? Frank says, going to stay away from the buzz cut. I mean, for right now I am. But you never know, because I've got the low hold coming. We could be doing the buzz cut at some point soon. We'll see. Yeah, you see, like, Burgess on TikTok saying, I really enjoy your haircut tutorials. Thanks. So, you know, again, you do it, you create the content, you create it because you're helping people, right? God created us to be interdependent beings. We help each other out, right? We're not selfish people. We create win-win situations. Frank says, you've inspired me to grow my hair. Yeah, dude, grow it out. Grow it out, try out some new styles, you know? Try out the products, you know, just see what you can, you know, mold and figure it out. Or try something new, right? Textured haircuts, longer haircuts, whatever you want. We got OJ. What was this? Did I miss one? Greetings from Chile. I know I missed one on Instagram. That's in a language I can't understand. I know I missed one. Okay, maybe it was because it was a different language. I thought I saw one. Been buzzed for so many years. Yeah, dude. I was buzzed from... When did I first get I started buzzing my hair when I was 13. And I kept buzzing my hair until I was about 17. So for about 4 to 5 years, I was buzzing my hair constantly. And then I started to get the confidence once I got good with the clippers in my hands. And that's when I started cutting my hair a little bit longer, doing like very mild fades. Nothing like what I do today, like skin fades, but just very mild fades. Growing the back is totally different. Yeah, for sure. Jimmy says, anything for hair fall? You know, I want to create something like a rosemary tonic spray. some sort of spray that you can spray on your head that's like just like rosemary, right? Because I know rosemary, obviously I just showed you guys how amazing it is for your hair. If I could figure out like a rosemary, argan oil, something like that type of spray that you can, just spritz on your hair whenever you don't feel like styling it, especially if you have a buzz cut or just, any hair length, doesn't matter. Long hair, short hair, doesn't matter. Just a tonic spray, I think that'd be great, especially if it's a rosemary version. Because that'll help a lot with promoting hair growth, slowing down hair loss, and then slowing down the graying process as well. Todd says, mullet and stash combo, would you? I don't see why not. Yeah, that sounds fun. A lot of my buddies actually from Jersey do that. I think it's funny. I like the mullet. I've never done just a straight up stash alone, but the mullet for sure I can do. That's funny. Bilal asks, why does he ask if he's God? Bro, what do you think about Jesus? Do you really believe he is God? Absolutely. What are you talking about? If you actually read the Bible, you will 100% understand. Everything's correlated. I read the whole Bible, front to back, the whole entire thing, 1,300 pages. It took me a little over a year and a half, right? A year and 8 months to read the whole thing. Absolutely. When you started your company, yeah, not only do I believe in God, but I trust in God because I can feel the help every single day. I can see things and feel things that people think is coincidence, but there's no such thing as coincidence when you live in God's world. When you started your company, yeah, I started it on August 26th, so like 2.5 weeks ago. Yeah, literally 2.5 weeks ago. And to be honest, I'm really excited because a lot of you guys there's already been a bunch of orders, which is great. And you guys are showing me a lot of support and a lot of love. So I'm really excited about the future and the growth of the company. I'm doing my best. I'm here on a Sunday, jumping on live and just chatting with you guys and just trying to, have some nice conversations, and just, showcase to you guys what the product is about, what the brand is about, what I represent. Because really what you're buying is not just the product, you're also buying me, right? The creator of it, the one who's behind the actual systems, the processes, the formulation, the design of everything. You're literally buying my mind all in when you're buying the product, you're buying me and my mind. I literally put the labels on myself. I created the formula. I mixed it all together. I poured it all in. I did literally all of the work. This is handmade by me, the owner of the company. So everything is literally I'm doing this. This is my business. This is my company here. So I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for everybody, right? I'm here to create win-wins, and I want all of us to have exceptionally healthy hair, right? I want all of us to have healthy hair again. I want all of the garbage products that are in stores, I want those to be gone, and I want products like mine to be in replace of them on the shelves, because we don't need toxic garbage hair products in the world anymore. Same thing with food. Potato chips, candy, right? Seed oils, iced teas, Monsters, Red Bulls, energy drinks, all that stuff needs to get thrown in the trash. We don't need any of that stuff in the world anymore. None of that's real. It's all fake food. And that's why we all have diseases. That's why we all have problems. That's why we all have skin problems. That's why we all have heart problems, lung problems, diabetes. That's why we're all dying rapidly and think the world is falling and crumbling, because we have fake companies, fake people creating fake products and selling it to us, and we all buy it. Can I get an amen, please? Can I get an amen? Tom says, no way you're growing the back too, are you? Yeah, absolutely, bro. I got the back growing right now. I mean, it's not necessarily that long, right? I got a burst fade going on, but yeah, the back's growing, right? We're at about, We're at about half an inch, give or take. Half an inch, something like that. Something like that. Samir says, love you, brother. Love you too, man. Appreciate it. Let's see. My question is, in my city, there are a lot of barbers. Is it worth to open my shop to cut hair? If you feel like you have something unique and special to offer, absolutely. Right? It doesn't matter if there's there's a million people, there's a million brands in the world selling a hairstyling product. But here I am in 2025 doing the same exact thing. But guess what? People are buying my product as well as everyone else's, right? I hope they buy more of mine in the future because it's better for them. But that's why this is the beginning of the journey, right? It's slow in the beginning and then it picks up a lot later on once people realize you have a good product that actually works. And it actually does what it says it does. It's a hair healthy product that styles at the same time. So yeah, absolutely. If you feel like you have something that's actually good and that people would actually want, and you're willing to sacrifice, like I've sacrificed, and other business owners in the world that have sacrificed, if you're willing to sacrifice and you know you've got a good product and a good service, go for it. But if you're not confident, ask God for the confidence and hope that you receive it, right? Just pray. Pray that you can get it if you really want it. Right? You'll find it. You'll find out, believe me. The more you ask and you shall receive, right? Ask and thou shalt receive. He said, pray 5 times a day for your health and your face. Yeah, for an 18-year-old, you might have to pray a bunch of times because, yeah, your hormones are going through all types of loops that you can't avoid. Where are you from? Da 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 da. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, sounds good. What time is it? Oh, I'm like 10 minutes past where I wanted to be. Oh, here we go. We got Frank says, bring on the mullet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I do. We'll see for sure. All right, you guys. That's pretty much it, right? No other questions about the product, self haircuts, men's grooming, nothing like that. Now we're just getting into other stuff that doesn't really, doesn't pertain to the channel. So sounds good. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you guys want to check out the product, right? Brand new. I just created it 2.5 weeks ago. We just launched the brand and the product. Organic Clay is my first product ever on the market. First physical product, right? I got my course. I got my book. Well, my book is technically another physical product, but hairstyling product. First hairstyling product. 100% all natural. Only 6 ingredients. Really, really healthy for your hair. I chose the best, literally the best ingredients you could possibly get for a hairstyling product. And we all know what's inside, right? We all know there's no lab-made toxic ingredients. Everything is good for your hair, scientifically shown to be good for your hair. All the data is on my website. You guys can just check it out. KOVRAS.com, KOVRAS.com. Learn more about the product. And if you like what you're seeing, you can by all means go ahead and grab yourself a jar. I've got stock still, so we're still in stock. So there are plenty of jars to go around if you guys want to order yourself one and try it out for yourself and start getting, a nice confident style, but also living your day-to-day, having your hair be nourished and treated throughout the day as well. So hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Sunday, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. God bless.